let's talk about something that every single one of us has run into. I mean, one of the most frustrating roadblocks when you're working with APIs, authentication. It's like this digital wall that just stops so many cool projects dead in their tracks. Does this look familiar? Yeah, that dreaded 401 unauthorized error. It's basically the digital version of a door is slamming shut right in your face, usually when you're just about to have a breakthrough. And trust me, I was there too. I have spent hours, I'm talking sometimes days, just staring at my screen, trying to figure out why my requests were getting rejected over and over. It really felt like this massive, unbreakable wall. But here's what I found out. That wall, it isn't unbreakable at all. You just need the right set of keys. And in the next few minutes, I'm going to hand you the entire keychain. All right, so before we can start using our keys, we really need to understand the lock, right? The very first gatekeeper we have to get past is this whole idea of authentication versus authorization. So let's break that down real quick. It is so critical to get the difference here. Think of it like this. Authentication, that's like showing your ID at the door of a club. It's just proving who you are. But authorization, that's about what your ID gets you access to. Are you allowed on the general floor, or can you get into the VIP lounge? That's proving what you can do. And look, to get anywhere, we have to nail authentication first. So how do we prove who we are? Well, there are basically four main methods, four master keys that are going to unlock almost any API you'll ever run into. Let's get them in our toolkit. Okay, the first and honestly the simplest master key is the good old API key. It's nothing fancy, it's just a unique, secret string of text that the server gives you. You just include it with every single request, basically as a way of saying, hey, it's me again. Now, you can send this key in a couple of ways, but the most common and definitely the most secure way is in the request header. Think of their header as like a hidden sealed envelope for your credentials. You can send it as a query parameter right in the URL, but that's kind of like walking around with your house key taped to your forehead. It's just less secure because URLs get logged all over the place. And this right here, this is a hugely important point that really separates beginners from pros. Never, ever, ever hard code your secret keys directly into your code and then push them to a public place like GitHub. Please don't do that. Instead, use a tool like Postman to store them as environment variables. This is how you keep your secrets safe and your project secure. It's non-negotiable. All right, next up is basic auth. This one is pretty much exactly what it sounds like. It's your username and password mushed together, encoded into a single string, and then sent in the authorization header. It's simple, for sure, but it's also a bit of an older method. The good news is you don't have to worry about all that encoding stuff. Tools like Postman do all that for you automatically. You just type in the username and password and boom, you're set. But, and this is a big but, the key thing to remember is to always use this over a secure HTTPS connection. And now let's talk about the key you're going to be using most of the time, especially now, the bearer token. Usually this is a JWT or JSON Web Token. This is the modern standard, and the idea behind it is just brilliant. You log in with your credentials one time, and the server gives you back a temporary secure token. Then you just show that token for all your future requests. It's basically a temporary digital passport. Okay, this is where things get really, really powerful. Because mastering bearer tokens isn't just about getting access. It's about setting up a smooth, automated workflow that is going to save you a massive amount of time and frustration. The whole process is really just a simple three-step dance. Step 1, you send your username and password to a special login endpoint. Step 2, the server checks you out and sends back that precious token. And step 3, for every other API call you make, you just include that token in the authorization header. That's it. It proves you're already logged in. This right here, this tiny little piece of code, this was the discovery that completely changed my entire workflow. This short script automatically grabs the token from the login response and just saves it as a variable. I'm telling you, this is the secret to never having to manually copy and paste an expiring token ever again. So where does this magic go? In Postman, you just paste this into the tests or post-response scripts tab of your login request. Now, every single time you log in, it just silently and perfectly updates your token for you in the background. Seriously, this is a complete game changer. And here's how we turn that little discovery into a completely bulletproof system. You go to your main API collection settings, set the authorization type to bearer token, and then, instead of pasting in a real token, you just use the variable capital auth token. Now, Every single request in your entire collection automatically uses the fresh new token from your script. You set it once, and it just works everywhere. So the final key on our ring is OAuth 2.0. Now this one's a little different. It's the industry standard for when you want to let one application access your data from another service, but without giving it your password. Anytime you see a login with Google or a connect with Facebook button, yeah, that's OAuth 2.0 doing its thing. It can seem super complicated, but it's really just about these four players. You're the resource owner. The app you're using, that's the client. A service like Google, that's the authorization server that hands out the tokens. And the API where all your data lives, that's the resource server. It's just a really secure way to delegate access.
So, we've gone from being completely blocked by that digital wall to now holding a keychain full of master keys. This right here is the result. This is your new superpower. But what does that actually mean for you? Look, this skill isn't just about fixing some 401 unauthorized error. It's way bigger than that. It's a fundamental superpower. It's the ability to unlock data, to connect systems, to automate workflows, and to build the kind of amazing projects that are going to accelerate your career, especially in today's competitive world. That wall is gone. You are no longer blocked.
So now you have the system and you have the keys. The only question left is, what doors are you going to unlock first?